Okay, you guys. The other day, I went to dinner with my small group. And have you ever put on an outfit and you looked at yourself in the mirror and you go, I look extremely Mennonite. Like, I couldn't look more Mennonite right now. I put on a really cute, but it was like to the neck denim like crop top. But then I had a long jean skirt that went up to the bottom of the crop. So it was neck to ankle.
Yeah.
Like fully covered. And I walked by a mirror and I literally was like, oh my, I look Mennonite. And I even asked somebody, I was like, do I look Mennonite? And they were like, what is Mennonite? And I said, you know what? You're right. Why am I asking you this?
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny.
Did you wear it out?
Did you wear it out?
The thing is I did because I had no other option. Unfortunately, that was the only thing that I packed. It was like one of those things where the dinner was at 6 and I had to leave from work to go to it. And I didn't have time in between, so that is like what I had. Like I could have maybe like unbuttoned the top to like show my sports bra, but what was I gonna do that with 60-year-old women? No.
Ooh, yeah.
And mind you, this is a small group that we go to the same Greek restaurant every Monday night, and then we go ballroom dancing. I don't actually think I ever told you guys this.
What?
Yeah.
So you do this every Monday?
Well, we haven't for the last like month or two. But every Monday, like 5:30 to 6:45 is our like sermon discussion dinner time. And I'm probably the youngest. There's like early 30s to late 30s and then bunch of like 50 to 65-year-olds. Super fun. And there's like maybe 8 of us. So it's a very like wide range. Oh, Pastor Steven's mom is in this crew. So she's a little older. But just like the funniest, most bizarre group of women. And we call her Miss Faith. Her name is Faith Furtick. And she does like the stance like all the time. The stance class with the girl that like leads it. And then they kind of like opened it up and it's like, oh, if anyone else like wants to do it. And like now we have a little group. So anyways, we went to this Italian restaurant and it was super cute, super fun, but how random. I learned the rumba.
So you looked Mennonite at a dance class.
Well, the thing is we didn't do the dance. This was like our Christmas party, so we did like a mug exchange and we went to an Italian restaurant. So this was not a dancing. Normally I would wear like athletic clothes, like gym clothes. Because I need to be like versatile and stuff. Yeah. But it's like one of the most bizarre random things.
It's not going to give you that versatility.
It's not going to give me that versatility. Samba? Also, like our director plays dance instructor, I guess. His name is Paul. And I don't know if I want to say this on the podcast. I literally thought he was gay. I thought he was going to be married to a man. And he was like, I went to my bachelor party and I was like, fun. And then he comes back. He's like, this is my wife. And I was like, oh.
You're like, what?
One of those. Maybe we'll cut that out. That's why I paused because I wanted to think what to say. I'm going to circle back. But yeah, the dance instructor, he was just so funny, so fun. And he has a special place in my heart. Shout out Paul if you're listening to this.
Paul.
Why would you?
I'm Paul.
Yeah. That's exactly what he sounds like.
I love that.
Anyway, so I don't know if you've had a Mennonite, recent experience, but that's mine.
Didn't I send you guys that dress?
That one dress, yeah.
It was a similar where it was like a 2-piece, like cropped and then a skirt, and it was
yeah.
Actually, I happened to be with my sister, and I showed her that, and she died.
Yeah, no,
she agreed.
It was bad.
She agreed.
It was the sneakers that really did it. I wore sneakers to the store.
I think the color too.
The
just
color
wasn't doing you any favors.
Maybe if there was a pattern. Yeah,
a pattern.
But
we'll maybe post it on the story.
Had that like side thing.
Well, the sleeves were like the cap sleeves too.
Yeah.
That like
it was
it was very Amish.
So Kira,
very Amish. Please,
totally can relate.
Oh, funny.
That is something that if that's the only thing that I would have packed, I think I would have just said, I'm sick and I'm not coming because I'm not wearing it.
You maybe.
I actually am unwell.
Made it work. I don't know. I don't think I've really ever had a moment where I'm like, I feel Mennonite right now.
Okay.
I don't think I would ever allow myself to own anything that would ever make me feel remotely.
You don't think the butter churner
It's not an article of clothing that could be worn.
Okay, well, an activity that's Mennonite.
Sure, but that's not what we're discussing.
What is the most Mennonite activity that you can think of
in the
Hymn
world?
sings.
in the world?
Yes, hymn sings, definitely.
I know that like other
Mm.
denominations can do them, but it just feels so Mennonite.
It feels super Menno. And also
Hmm.
disc golf for some reason.
Oh,
disc golf. That feels like Goshen Mennonite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's saying a last name and then saying, "Oh, do you know
So and so.
so and so?"
Mm,
Just with like a Yoder or a
yes.
Miller.
Did you
last
guys?
Name.
Maybe this is just. I think this is more of a patriarchal thing than a Mennonite thing. But in our town, people would say, like, if there were two Tammys in church, they were defined not by their last name,
Mm-hmm.
by their
Who they were
husband.
married to.
Oh, we're going
Oh,
over
totally.
to see Greg's Tammy. You know,
Oh,
Bryce is
actually funny.
Casey.
Bryce is Casey.
Mhm.
As if he owns you.
Yeah.
Please, okay, don't love that. Hey guys, welcome back to the It's Been Forever podcast. I'm Kiera,
I'm Casey.
And I'm Meredith.
and we are officially in full swing of the holiday Christmas season, you guys. It is next week, which is actually insane to think
That is
about.
Actually,
Christmas
wow, that's a week
being
away.
A week
That's
away.
Wild.
I don't know about you guys, but I actually feel like, what is life? What is time?
Mm.
How is it going to be the 18th of December today? I don't know.
Yeah.
And
but
it's like basically 2025, which feels like a fake number.
yeah, it's not.
I feel like every year moving
Real.
forward just feels fake. Whatever
Do you guys
the year
remember?
is.
So at our
Mm.
school, our like computer logins were our
Yes.
initial and then the year that we graduated.
Yes.
And I remember 14 seemed so far away.
Years
Oh,
away.
now it's
yeah.
So
11
far away
years?
in the other direction, which is
Yeah,
gross.
that's
Ew.
disgusting.
Ew. Like this past year was all of our 10-year anniversaries,
Yeah.
reunions,
10-year
whatever
high
you want to
school,
call it,
yeah.
from high school. Gross. And 10 years since we all three met in college, so that's also weird. So now it's going to be like, from here on out, it's going to be like, oh, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, we did that. And that also feels not right to say. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that does not feel right to even
Yeah.
remotely say something like that. I don't like it. I don't want to know. But regardless, we're excited for the Christmas season. So we have an exciting episode today. We all have been tasked to watch a movie and review it. If you've been following along, you know, in different seasons, we had, I'm trying to actually remember what movies we have reviewed.
Oh, we've actually reviewed quite a
it
bit.
Christmas
I
and
think we did do Christmas ones
Yeah, we
last
did.
year too.
I think we did Christmas last year. Mm-hmm.
Christmas
and then we
last
did
year.
a
other ones
random
before.
round
Yeah.
because I have
okay.
watched both Mary Poppins and White Christmas.
Oh,
that's right.
True.
That's
true.
right.
Kiera
if you're-
was SpongeBob and something else.
SpongeBob and Klaus, which
Klaus.
And
honestly,
Klaus, that's
you
right.
you have the best movie genres ever, and then you always come back hating, which is so frustrating.
I know.
Because
I'm
we
sorry.
give you literally the best things this world has to offer.
I know. My movie tastes are very different, apparently.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it's okay.
Different is another word for
Bad.
you don't
What?
have one.
Okay. Well, I'm more of
Uh,
a show person than a movie person, is what I've realized. Is that an excuse? I don't know, but that is what I'm going to use an excuse. Okay, so Casey kind of gave us all our movies to watch. So
Netflix released a ton of Christmas movies this year, like Netflix originals. And Lindsay Lohan stars in my movie today, but I tried to find 3 of like the grossest Christmas movies that I could
You
possibly
succeeded.
find.
Let me tell you.
the thing is,
Thank
yeah.
you. So, I'll say my title. So mine is called
Yeah.
Our Little Secret, and it is starring Lindsay Lohan and Ian Harding from Pretty Little Liars, like Ezra from Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
And then
Delicious.
Meredith, what was your movie called?
I'm not gonna lie, having a hard time. A Merry Scottish Christmas.
A Merry Scottish Christmas. Terrible.
Why is that
terrible
sung-
name?
No,
Terrible.
And
so
then
bad.
Kiera, what is your title?
And mine is The Merry Gentleman.
That is bad.
Yeah.
Guess who was the
Just-
last to pick? Kiera.
I said, I guess I'll do this one.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
the other ones we already decided that we were gonna take.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so much.
the goal of today's episode, you guys, is just to explain. There are going to be some spoilers ahead, but we're just going to explain what our movie consisted of. We're all going to give our movies a ratings at the end, and then it's up to you if you want to watch it. So really, we watch these for you, but if you're like, I think I still want to suffer through that, please be our guest.
I was just about to say, I think this will be a fun episode for you guys to not watch it. You will get everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you feel like something is being
Yeah.
left out, which with our descriptions there won't be.
I'm gonna launch us off, you guys.
Do it.
So again, my movie was called Our Little Secret. First off, I just want to applaud Lindsay Lohan. She's making a comeback, and honestly, she looks phenomenal right
Also,
now.
her glow up,
Yeah.
insane.
She
She
looks
looks
so good.
insane.
She
Like
does
in
look
our,
good.
she looked really healthy, and that makes me
Yeah.
happy because
Yeah.
we all know that Lindsay Lohan did not look too good for a bit. But this movie reminded me, Lindsay is an actress. Like,
Okay.
she has been acting her whole life, and I did not feel almost 80% of this movie did not feel too cheesy, which is actually saying a
Wow.
lot. So I think I have a movie that I would really encourage you to watch. So if there's ever a point where you're like, okay, I want to watch that movie, skip me if you're listening, because this is actually worth your time before I get started.
All right.
Anyway.
I'm gonna take my headphones off then.
Okay, perfect. Don't listen
Yep.
to me.
Perfect.
So this is a very classic, like, best friends to lover plot. And you meet Logan and Avery. Logan is Ian Harding and Avery is Lindsay Lohan. So they are best friends growing up, and then they eventually turn into dating, and then they
Lovers.
love each other. And it's really cute because at the beginning they actually do like a little animated sequence of their whole like growing up
Aw.
in childhood, and it's very whimsical and very sweet before you actually like see them in real life. So I actually really like that, and to help you kind of get backstory without sometimes movies rush along so fast, and that's how you know you're watching like a horrible movie, is that you have to learn the plot within the first 3 minutes, and the dialogue is
That's
pretty
so
much
true.
just like explaining the plot instead of us
Yeah.
watching it.
You're like, the trailer did it all. I don't have
Exactly.
to watch.
Exactly. So the movie starts place in 2014. So really this movie is like essentially like if it was our age type of thing.
Oh,
So
wow,
2014 they graduated from high school, or maybe some like college age or whatever, and Avery gets a job in London, you guys. Okay. And right before she gets this job in London, her mom unfortunately passes away. And so Logan feels like Avery's just taking this job to run away.
Aw.
Right. And so the night before she leaves, Logan, he gets a little bit drunk, and he is kind of being a little bit obnoxious. And Avery's like, Logan, come on. Like, why are you acting like this? You drank too much, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you don't even know where we are right now. And Logan goes, oh, we're at your going away party. And she goes, haha, very funny. They go inside the house, and everyone's there, and they surprise her, and they say,
Aw.
surprise, this is your going away party. And it's a really sweet moment, and her dad is there, and he starts to give a speech. And before he gives a speech, him and Logan have a really brief conversation. He's like, Logan, this is my girl. She's so good. Like, you don't want to let her go. Like, just make sure you hold on to her. She's a really good one. For whatever reason, in Logan's drunk brain, that means he's supposed to propose. So in the middle of
Oh.
his dad's speech, he goes, I got this, let me talk. And he gets down
No.
on one knee and proposes to Avery.
Ezra, no.
I know. And Avery goes, what are you doing? Get up. And everyone in the room's like, get up, Logan. What are you doing? Like, stop. Yes.
I have a
Pausing
question
for
just
question.
for visualization purposes.
Absolutely.
Are there actors Lindsay and Ian at this time? They're not like younger versions of them, different actors?
No.
Okay.
They tried to make him look a little bit younger, you could tell.
Sure,
And this is
okay.
probably where it was a little bit shoddy in terms
Sure.
of
This
age.
is, I just wanted to visualize it in my head.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like Ezra Logan, his hair's like all messy and he's trying to make him
Ah.
look a little bit younger.
And she
that
like
type
has
of
like
vibe.
chevron and chunky nose.
Oh wow. So me in the 8th
Not
grade.
quite that bad,
Yeah.
but yeah. But everyone's like, Logan, stop. But he's like drunk. And then she's like, Logan, stand up. Like, don't do this right now. And he goes, you're just running away because you're trying to run away from your mom and all this. And it was like, he's kind of saying some out of pocket things. And then he drives the knife in and twists it. And he goes, your mom would be so disappointed in your decisions right now. And she goes,
Yikes.
don't you dare talk about my mother. She storms upstairs to her bedroom, and then everyone's standing around. It's so awkward and uncomfortable. And then Logan leaves, and then it cuts to present day. But as it's going to the present day, this was kind of fun. It stops at every year along the way and says like a monumental moment that happened in that year. So like goes to 2015, and then like I don't remember. It just said a bunch of stuff. It was kind of fun. I'm like, oh, really? That happened then? That's kind of fun. Anyway, so we go to present day. Avery is obviously like a big businesswoman, and she super important in her company. And Logan does construction, and he's like a visionary, like architect type vibe. And they are both in a new relationship. 10 years have gone by. They have not seen each other. Obviously, she's back from London, but she's just so busy doing her things. So she's dating another guy who's very, very business oriented. Like they're in the car together. They're driving to his family for Christmas, and they're both on the car like, you got to push this deal through. Right. That
classic.
kind of that classic. But I allowed it because it's Christmas and you have to let it happen. And then it cuts to Logan, and he's at his job, and his boss is just holding him back from his creativity, and he wants to pursue bigger and better things. But he's like, hey, man, you just got to stick to the script. You got to stick to the plan. Stop like letting your mind wander. But he goes to his girlfriend's family Christmas. They're driving. She is a ding dong. She's dumb. And she's on her phone the whole time and is like chewing gum like
This
like
is
that
Logan's
type of
girlfriend?
vibe.
Okay.
This is Logan's girlfriend.
Okay.
So he went complete opposite direction when it comes to a girlfriend.
Yep.
And it's just she's just a
Dumb
ditz
dumb.
and she's dumb. So Lindsay Lohan, Avery is so nervous because she knows the mom is pretty intense. And the son is like, or her boyfriend, honestly, don't even remember what his name is. But he was like, don't worry. Like, it's going to be great. She'll love you. So they knock on the door, and the mom comes to the door, and it's Kristen Chenoweth. She
Okay.
Whoa,
does
okay.
so good in this movie. So she's basically like Momzilla. She is
Uh-huh.
horrible to Avery. She hates Avery. She doesn't like anything Avery brings to the table. And so Avery goes, oh, thank you so much for inviting us. Like, her house is gorgeous. She's perfect. Everything is perfect about the scenario. She hands her a bottle of wine, and she goes, oh, it's a screw top. How easy and convenient. So like that's the vibe, and it's
Yeah.
she's so funny, and she loves her son. So Avery's boyfriend, like, give mommy a kiss,
okay.
type
Okay.
of thing.
Okay.
Like, give mommy a hug. Like, you work so hard, you don't come here. Like it's kind of gross, but it's also
Yeah.
funny because it's her. So, she's wearing jeans to this, and she was like super self-conscious about her wearing jeans like before she even got there, and the boyfriend's like, no, you look great, like you look fine. And she goes, oh, love your jeans. So she's just constantly like making her feel basically
Little
like trash.
jabs, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So she's at this party. She like downs a glass of wine as soon as she gets in there because she's really nervous. And that was perfect comedic timing. Kira's about to take a sip of wine.
Kira's a
No,
big
I
chug your
honestly
wine.
didn't know that was
That
coming.
was awesome. And so she's just like, she's putting her head down, and she's kind of in the corner, just like breathing. She's like, you can do this. Like, it's going to be all right. At this moment, Logan is walking in with his
Stop.
girlfriend
Why?
to their family Christmas party. And it turns out that both of their significant others are siblings.
Okay.
And they show up to the same Christmas party, and they're meeting the families for the first time for both of them.
Hot.
And Logan everyone's obsessed with Logan from the
course.
start. And so Logan can do no wrong. Everything he says is funny. Everything he says is perfect. And they both run into each other and they meet face to face while everyone is like, oh, this is Logan. This is so-and-so's boyfriend. And they both don't know what to do because they're confronted with each other for the first time in 10 years. And they are about to come clean. And then Lindsay Lohan goes, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And he was like about to. And so
Yankees.
the whole plot then is like they know each other, but they're pretending like they don't know each other this whole time. So that's kind of like that's the moment of contention there. So, of course, they're there for an extended weekend. So they're staying there for 4 days. So they're going to be in a house together. And of course, it's fumbly and it's uncomfortable. And they both get roped into going to a Christmas tree farm together because
classic.
The family is staying back because they're getting a family portrait painted that they do every year.
Whoa. Okay.
So they are
every year they do that?
Painted?
Every year. And it's this
Lord.
part's actually really funny. So I don't want to give too much away because I definitely want you to watch it. So they get sent to the Christmas tree farm to go get it. She's wearing just like it's a cute jacket, but it's not practical for being cold. And so he grabs a big winter jacket out of the closet and Logan goes, hey, Avery, you're going to wear this because I don't want to hear you complaining about being cold the whole time because they know each other like so well, right? And so they get to the Christmas tree farm. He's like, put it on. And she's like, oh, fine. This whole time she's complaining. She's starving. She goes, why are we cutting this down? Can we just go to the city and grab a regular Christmas tree? And he's like, no, this is the fun of it. And then they're starting to kind of reconnect a little bit, have a little bit of banter. And this is like kind of a fun moment for them. She sits down in the car and she finds in the jacket pocket like a bag of candy. And she goes, oh, thank goodness, I'm starving. So she starts scarfing it down. They get back and they need to go get ready for church for like the children's pageant or whatever that's happening. And so Kristen Chenoweth says to her, hey, I want you to know this isn't really like a jeans attire type of thing. So make sure you're really dressing
Another
up for this.
comment. Love it.
So while they're driving back from the Christmas tree farm, they come to some sort of agreement, and Logan and Avery decide they're going to help each other. So Logan really needs help pitching his business to a guy that wants to build this kind of life center community, and he's never done a business proposal before, so rightfully he's nervous. Avery does this kind of stuff all the time. She's a businesswoman. So what he's going to do, Logan is going to help everybody in the family like Avery, because right now no one likes her. So they're going to go into business together. So she's like, fine, I'll help you. You'll land this business promotion. And he's like, the family will love you by the end of the weekend. So in his efforts to get the family to like her, he volunteers her to talk at church during the Christmas program. And so she's like, okay, he's like, this will be good. It'll really get you some brownie points, all of that. So they go back. She's getting dressed. She's getting ready. And he is putting the jacket away as they're getting ready to leave. And he notices in the pocket the candy. So he looked at it because he wanted to know what kind of candy it was. And it was weed. It was weed gummies. She ate a lot.
Okay.
Oh, no.
She is now about to be stoned out of her mind. And they're going to this Christmas pageant. So they get to the Christmas pageant and he tries to get her out of it and can't get out of it. She's asked to come forward and do a scripture reading for the children.
Do a scripture. Not a scripture reading while high.
And she is high out of her mind. So it's a very like gaudy in the sense there's like sculptures of Mary and Jesus and like stained glass windows and that type of a church. So those like Mary starts to talk to her. She's a statue and she's like, come on,
Oh.
you need to talk. Don't just stand there in silence. And then Jesus on the cross is like looking at her
Please.
and it was
Stop.
hilarious.
Please.
So she gets to the front, she opens the Bible and all the words start scrambling and it says, everyone knows.
No.
You're high. So she freaks out and she can't read the scriptures. So she's
Okay, that's a little funny.
I'm just gonna go off script a little bit. And the priest is sitting there like staring at her like, what are you doing? And the family's sitting there like, what are you doing? And so she just starts quoting a bunch of different songs, Christmas songs, and tells the story of Jesus, but like really
Through
bad
songs.
like through songs. And one of the kids looks at her and goes, is that so and so? And she goes, yeah, it is. Like quoting like, is that this band? And she's like,
I like that.
it is. But for whatever, it really is resonating with the people, and there's a choir behind them, and they just start singing. Oh, what did they start singing? I wrote it down.
Angels we have heard on high.
No, it's like,
Oh.
celebrate good
Oh,
times,
okay.
come on.
Different energy.
No, and so then the entire church starts singing "Celebrate Good Times, Come
Get
On."
out.
Everyone's busting out in songs, standing up, clapping, and it's super funny. And then they leave, they go outside, and they're like mingling outside after church. And the priest comes up to her and he goes, I just want to say thank you so much. We've never had children so engaged. And I'll admit, what you said was definitely unconventional and wildly inaccurate at some points. I just can't thank you enough. And you've really made Christmas with your sermon or whatever. And so
This
Kristen
is just,
Chenoweth,
legalized marijuana propaganda.
Exactly.
Right.
Kristen Chenoweth is like so embarrassed by everything that happened, and now the pastor's like giving her kudos, and she's like, okay, well, I guess I have to like be into it now. And he goes, honestly, we have so many people that are fair weather Christians that don't really come to church until it's Christmas. And he looks at Kristen Chenoweth and her husband.
That's
and
funny.
he goes, so this was really good for them to be able to feel like they can be a part of things without being felt left out. And then he puts his hand on Kristen Chenoweth's shoulder and says, don't be a stranger. It was so funny. Anyway. So the weed gummies happen, and everyone's kind of liking her a little bit more now. You know, things are kind of flowing. They're doing a gift exchange, and so they're going to go shopping for the gift exchange. But before they go shopping, because that night she was still super high, she accidentally ate a dozen cookies. And these cookies
That's funny.
are very special, and you're not allowed to touch the cookies.
What does
Because
that mean?
Kristen Chenoweth is like super weird about the cookies, the mom. And so she tries to blame the dog, and the dog is like literally a 3-pound like Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
And so
my childhood dog.
yes. So
Oreo.
they rush the dog to the vet
No.
to get its stomach pumped. But obviously there's nothing wrong with this dog because he did not eat the cookies.
Yeah.
So she somehow gets Kristen Chenoweth to leave the room. She's like, I will be with the dog. I promise I will take care of it. And she goes, this is going to be really hard for you to watch. So she goes and waits in the waiting room. And she tells the vet, okay, he didn't eat the cookies. I ate the cookies. I need you to pretend that we are doing things. So she's in there pretending to make dog sounds and like, ah! And he's like doing things in there to make it sound like things are actually happening. And so she gets away with the fact that the dog did not eat the dozen cookies. Kira,
Can I
you have a
say
question?
something?
Yeah.
Well, it's more of a comment than a question.
Okay.
Right now, what you're describing does not feel like a Christmas.
Yeah, where's
movie.
Christmas in this?
This
Well,
feels,
they went to a
this
Christmas
feels
thing.
like rom-com, funny. I got high and I'm doing this thing.
Well,
It doesn't really feel like holiday.
It's in
I
a
will
Christmas setting entirely.
Is that
so
the
if you're
only
watching
Christmas
it-
thing? Is
No.
Oh.
I mean, if you're watching it, you don't feel like it's not Christmas.
Got it.
So they leave the vet. Also, he charges her $1,400 for it. She's
Oh
like,
my
I'll take care
gosh.
of it. And he goes, here you go. And he goes, we all gotta, our earn a little something here.
Got to get our bag.
So pretty much all of these different secrets are starting to compile on each other. Logan knows all the secrets that are happening. Avery knows all the secrets that are happening. And so as they're having like a discussion, they're like hiding in this hallway. There is a younger brother. So, right, there's a brother or sister that Logan and Avery are dating. And then there's a younger brother. And nobody likes this younger brother.
Aw.
And he hears them and he starts to blackmail them and say, okay, I know that you guys used to date because I overheard you guys talking. And I need you guys to do stuff for me. So basically, he gets their phone number and makes them do all of these different things for them for the rest of the time that they're there. So this little brother is blackmailing them and trying to get them to do all kinds of things for him. And so when it comes to the Secret Santa gifts that they were all supposed to buy, he doesn't buy anything. But of course, he has the mom. And so he's like, you guys have to give me one of your gifts that you bought for Secret Santa. So they're all doing the big gift exchange. And this is kind of like the apex of the story where everything's about to come out. All the secrets, being high, eating the dozen cookies, they used to date. All of these things are going to start coming out. And basically at this point, when they are all exchanging gifts, Logan intentionally gives the little brother the wrong gift to give to his mom, and she opens it and it's lingerie. And she's like, why would you get me this lingerie?
That's bad.
And it was really funny. And then Logan's girlfriend decides to surprise Logan by bringing his mom and his grandma.
Oh no.
And they know
Okay.
Avery. And so they walk in and he whispers in his mom's ear, Avery's here, but pretend like you don't know her. And the grandma has dementia, so they're not worried about the grandma. But the grandma goes,
Please.
oh, hey, Avery, what are you doing here?
Get out.
And
Stop.
And then all of a sudden remembers who Avery is and exposes
Get
to
out.
everyone that they used to date. So they're like, yeah, it's true. We used to date. And so everyone's like pissed. They're like, why would you lie about this? And then meanwhile, Logan walks in on Kristen Chenoweth's husband
Stop.
and their best friends,
Mm.
the wife, in a closet making out. So then he starts exposing them. And then the little brother's like, yeah, well, you ate weed gummies.
Oh,
And
my
then
God.
all
Okay.
of-
This is a lot.
All of these things start coming out at once. And it was very, very funny. Because everything that they've been trying to hide this entire is now it doesn't even matter. And through all of this, the best friends of Kristen Chenoweth and her husband, they have a daughter, and we find out that the daughter and Avery's boyfriend got together, and so he cheated on her. So it's just like this whole massive, like, everything sucks basically for Avery at the end of this movie. And so she decides she's gonna leave because it's probably best for her to get out of there. So everything gets a little bit crazy at the end, but moral of the story, Avery follows through and helps Logan land that business proposal. And he comes back at the end of the movie and admits, I'm still in love with you. I've always been in love with you. It's always been you. And she's like, I love you too. And they end up together. And then it shoots to a year ahead now from present day. And Kristen Chenoweth is now with the husband of their best friend. So now they're together.
Okay.
And they dropped off cookies for them.
No,
The ones that
okay.
she scarfed down a dozen of. And she said,
Yeah,
hey, make sure to share those. But now they're like best friends because that husband in the best friend group that's now with Kristen Chenoweth, he was the one that he wrote the business proposal for. So now they're all interconnected and now they're all
I was
linked.
going to say, why is she still in the
Exactly.
picture? Okay, that makes sense. That
Exactly.
makes
So
sense.
now they're all besties, even though she used to hate her and now she loves her.
Okay.
And they're gonna get married. But you don't actually see
oh.
you don't see the wedding.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so that's how it ends. And it was honestly so funny. I laughed out
It
loud
sounds
twice.
good, honestly.
I laughed
I
out loud
mean,
twice, and I was like, I
the
can't believe
whole
I'm laughing right now.
weed thing in the church.
Yeah,
Like, that's
that
pretty
was
funny.
that was funny. But anyway, that is our little secret. I really encourage you to watch this movie. I give this, for Christmas movies, I give this a 8.5.
Whoa.
Okay, that's very high.
Mm-hmm.
8.5.
There's still moments for Christmas movie standards. I'm not talking
Yeah.
movies in general, but there's still obviously moments of cheesiness, but you expect that because it's a Christmas movie and that's what you want. But just overall, such a good movie. Lindsay Lohan and Ian Harding do so good. Like, they're just actually good actors.
Yeah.
And they make this, because this could easily fall flat. Because there's so many moving parts. Obviously, at some points, you were probably like, what the frick is she talking about? But I promise it all makes sense. And yeah, go watch it. Big fan.
Big fan.
Big
I
fan.
like that.
Okay.
Anyway,
You heard it
Good
here,
job,
folks.
Case.
thank you.
You can watch this on Netflix.
Yep,
Yeah.
all
All
of
of
these
them.
movies are on Netflix.
Well, I can go next.
Okay.
All right. So I had a merry Scottish Christmas. Yes.
Can I go pee real quick?
Yes. Actually, I need chapstick so bad. So yeah.
Okay.
Quick break.
Quick break. Thank you.
All right. So my movie was A Merry Scottish Christmas.
Okay.
Now, I want you guys to think about, if you're thinking of like a Scottish movie, what are some things that you want present in the movie?
A Scottish accent.
Yep, we got that.
A Scottish
else?
man.
A kilt.
Got that? Yep, a kilt.
Beer.
What else?
Bagpipes.
Bagpipes. We got
Like beer, a
beards.
pub.
A pub. Yep.
Maybe the coast of Scotland.
Yeah, like green.
There is good scenery. Yep. Another thing, someone named Hamish. Of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Someone named
Yeah,
Hamish.
I was about to say
Also,
that.
Hamish, you know he's the guy that's playing the bagpipes. You know.
Mm.
Also, a butler. There's a butler in this. Check. There's a
Ooh.
butler.
Okay.
So in this story, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh no. I do know one of the characters' names. That's it. Lindsay is our main character. Okay. Lindsay
Okay.
and her brother actually are our main characters. They're in their like 30s. Like they're a little bit older. And they are kind of estranged. They are not
Ooh.
they are
Okay.
not really on good terms. That's kind of one of the plot lines in this, is that there's some family strife in this movie.
Interesting.
Their father passed away. Or no, sorry. No, their parents were divorced and then dad died.
Oh, okay.
But like a while ago, you know. I mean, still sad, but it wasn't like a recent thing. But anyways, so but their mom grew up in Scotland at this like estate, or like in the town of this estate. Glen Clove is what the estate is called. So she was like, I would love to have Christmas here. Like, it would mean a lot to me, you know, whatever. Her brother had just passed away. So she's like, I would love to come back here. Well, turns out her brother, he's going to go ahead and be the Duke of this estate.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
And that is a secret that mama kept from her kids. She had ran away when she was 20 because she did not want the responsibility of being a duchess. And
Okay.
she wanted to be a singer, and she wanted to marry an American and be in his band. And that American, you know, your guest is going to go ahead and be their dad, who then they did get divorced, and, you know, he's dead now. So didn't super work out for her to do that, but she did that. That was her choice in life. So mom is what she's gonna do, she's gonna pass the estate down to her kids, and so they'll either own it or they're gonna sell it, which of course bothers the people in the town. There's people that are like, this woman, she left us, she shouldn't have it, you know. But then like these American kids, we don't want them to have it. And keep in mind, this whole time, brother and sister kind of estranged. They've not really talked to each other much. They've not kept in touch. There's hard feelings. Both of them feel like gypped by the other. And also brother and his wife is also here. They also have a strained relationship. They have been trying to have kids and can't, and they're kind of grown apart because of it. So also, weird thing, I got this weird vibe. Brother and sister seemed a little bit too close. There seemed to be a little bit of sexual tension there. I think that was just me picking up on that. I don't think that was intentional in the director's, directing. But there was some weird, like, you just go ahead and kiss already,
Oh, okay.
It's kind of how I felt. So, okay, a little bit of backstory. Daughter, she's a doctor. She's a doctor in California. And she's trying to, she's like, one Christmas is not going to solve all of our family conflict. I need to get back. My practice is in trouble. Like, I need to get back to my practice. But brother's kind of fallen in love with the estate. He and his wife are thinking they might be the Duke and Duchess, which bothers sister because, like, she's like, you're gonna just make this decision without me, and like, what am I supposed to stay here too? Like, I have a life back there. I can't stay here. Blah blah blah.
Right.
So at this point, another character is introduced, and that's going to be the groundskeeper for Glen Clove for this estate. And we love him. He is delicious. Can't tell you his name right now off the top of my head, but
it'll come.
But we're into him. And he has just a delicious accent. It's awesome. And her name is Lindsay, so he's Lindsay.
Ooh,
it's kind of fun.
Wait, what was it? Sorry,
Lindsay.
Oh, okay.
That's the best I can do. I'm an actress, whatever. It's best.
Yes.
So anyways, she starts hanging out with this groundskeeper. He's trying to convince her to stay, show her the town, that the town's great. They run into his mother, who is coincidentally the town doctor.
I mean, of course.
Why wouldn't she be? Of course. I want to take a quick break from the plot and just tell you a fun segment. Things that I Googled during this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Things I Googled. Number 1, Fiona Bell lookalikes. So Fiona Bell is the actress who played the mom. And she looked so familiar to me. There was something about her big teeth that made me think that I'd seen her before. Like, she kind of talked with her teeth. And it made me think. So then another thing, I Googled actresses with big teeth. And
hilarious.
I couldn't find the one I was thinking of, but I did see Scarlett Johansson on there. So thanks, Scarlett. ScarJo. Another one.
Okay.
What is a duke? I Googled that.
Actually, what is a duke?
What is
a duke? is royalty that's under like a king and queen. So like Princess Kate or whatever, she was a duchess. You know?
Was,
but now they're married, and so she's like princess.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
True,
gotcha.
Yes. It's basically like back in the olden days, they would kind of govern the town, but now it's kind of a title type of thing. I also Googled another thing that came up was the cast of Anastasia.
Okay.
Like that Disney movie?
Animated?
Like the
thing?
Yeah. Why did so many actresses voice Anastasia? Because in looking that up, I was like, wow, there's like 3 different gals that voice Anastasia. But it's because I've never seen the movie. You guys have probably seen the movie. There's like young Anastasia. There's someone else who does her singing voice, and then there's someone else who does her adult voice. So, but I looked that up because I was looking up what else the main character, Lindsay, has been in, because she's going to go ahead and be Gretchen from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had Lindsay Lohan, and now we have Gretchen Wiener.
Wait, that's actually kind of fun.
I love it.
This woman has been in so many Hallmark/Christmas movies.
I know.
I can only imagine.
I counted. I want you to go ahead and guess how many Hallmark/Christmas movies this woman has been in.
35.
Keek, what do you
20.
think? Me in the middle, 28. I counted.
Wow.
Now granted, my count, I wouldn't say is super accurate. I would say anywhere from like 26 to 29.
Okay.
It was actually insane. Oh wait. Her name
Is it right? Is it
no,
not right?
Her name isn't Lindsay. The actress's name is Lindsay. See, I don't even freaking know what her name is. I'm gonna keep just calling her Lindsay.
Here, let me look up Gretchen.
What is her name? What's her name in the
Wiener's
movie? Is it not?
name.
No, the actress Kiki is Lindsay, but I can't remember her character's name in the movie. So I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep calling her Lindsay.
All right.
Lindsay Chabert. So
Lacey.
what's that?
What are you
Nope.
saying?
Google says it's Lacey Chabert.
Oh,
Is that right?
Lacey. Yes, you're right. So never mind.
Lacey.
Lindsay is the character's name.
Li-
Full
I-
circle,
I-
guys.
yeah.
I knew what I was talking
Anyways,
about.
we
It's
got
Lindsay.
there. Yep. we
Thanks,
got there.
Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it all culminates on this one night. The groundskeeper throws a party every year for Christmas, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And at this party, they kiss, of course.
Yeah, they do.
And at this party, the husband and wife say, whatever happens, let's just stop trying and we'll just see what happens and let's go back to being us. And so they're like falling back in love. Lindsay's fallen in love with the town. And so honestly, I couldn't even tell you what like I can't really go into detail because it just like is such just a classic ending. Lindsay is about to go back to her practice. They all see her out. They all are like at the door greeting her like, we'll miss you. We love you. You always have a place here. And then she's gonna drive down the driveway and say, no, turn around. And so she goes back and she says, I'm moving in. I'm here too. And then it flash forwards to a year from now, and her and groundskeeper man are hanging ornaments on the Christmas tree at Glen Clove, and brother and wife walk in the room with
a baby.
A baby.
Classic.
The baby's name, Ainsley. And they say,
Oh.
Ainsley's first Christmas. And that is truly how the movie ends. So it was honestly your classic Christmas cheesy
So
movie.
the only source of contention was that she didn't want to move from California.
Correct. Yes.
So there wasn't like any sort of like awkward like, oh no, I've been discovered of.
No. And the main also contention was that her and her brother didn't really get along, but they seemed to honestly to get along fine in the movie.
Oh,
it
they
was
just
like
acted like
it was like I think there was a lot of history of like they hadn't talked for a long time and they stopped inviting each other over and you know, and so because like while they were there I was like, you have banter, like I think you guys just need to like go and make out a little bit and then you'll be okay.
Right.
So
Hey guys, just go into this dark closet, see what happens, come back.
Lindsay. So anyways, that was that movie.
And what would you rate it, Meredith?
Oh, for Christmas movies, I would say probably a 4 out of 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but I didn't hate watching it. But I don't know if it was a bad Christmas movie.
Perfect.
The thing is, at this point, I don't know if I want to watch either of those.
Oh, yep.
But like, not even for a bad reason, just because I feel like I got the whole story.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
Which, when I share mine, you'll be like, yeah, I don't need to watch that either.
Yeah.
I'm still probably going to watch both of your guys' movies because
You are a
just
Christmas
love that
movie
crap.
gal, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
I will say mine maybe is the cheesiest of them all, is what it sounds like.
I'm so excited.
Mind you, I'm going off the dome. Okay, I have no notes. I watched this thing yesterday, and I just watched it. I said, "Let the spirit lead where it wants to lead."
How much were you on your phone during it?
Not a lot, surprisingly, because I knew I would be tested during this
Yes.
episode.
There you go.
So not a lot, but okay. Pivoting to my movie, final movie called The Merry Gentleman. Now, when you hear that, what do you think that means?
Like
Just curious.
some
I'm
guy's
picturing,
a gentleman. He's like a nice guy.
I'm picturing groomsmen.
Okay. I would say neither of them. Think
Okay.
of Magic Mike.
Oh.
Strippers.
Think
Wow.
of stripper dancers, male dancers.
I picked the wrong movie.
What?
I mean, it was very like, it was rated like very PG, but like still the idea was there.
Okay.
What
So-
do PG strippers entail? I'm so curious.
Just dancing without shirts. Non-sexually, I guess.
Okay.
So, okay, this is going to be the best. Okay, if you guys are to this point in the episode, I'm going to try to do the best that I can again with no notes. Okay, so it starts with the main girl. Her name is Britt Robertson, and I'm going to send the both of you guys a picture because you will recognize this girl. And I looked her up. She's in like the Scream movie. She's in a couple different things. But first of all, I was like,
Yes.
she looks
Mhm.
familiar. And then also, my character, one of the main guys, is Chad Michael Murray. So
Yeah, baby. Yeah,
Amazing.
baby.
great actor. I mean, 10
Okay.
out of 10. He was, you know, when you can just tell an actor has aged. And I was sad. I was like, no, but you're like One Tree Hill. Like you're like in
Yeah.
a specific era, and he's not anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, so 2 solid actors, okay, from the get-go. And she is in the Jingle Bells, which is like a dance. It's almost like the Rockettes is what I'm envisioning it.
Mhm.
So it sets a scene where she's dancing, and then pretty much her manager tells her that she's too old for this because she's been doing this for so long, and she's just crushed that she's getting kicked out of like doing like almost like a Rockettes kind of thing. It's kind of like the beginning. So
Okay.
she's a dancer. So you kind of like learn a little bit about her. She gets let go. She's too old. She decides to go back to her hometown, small hometown, naturally. You know, big city girl going back to her small hometown. Classic.
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 And her parents own this bar that used to be the hub of like musicians and whatnot. And now it's just run down. They can barely pay rent. So this is the what? This is the
I'm
quick
laughing
synopsis.
at the plot. I'm laughing at the plot.
Can you
They can
envision?
barely make rent, and it's like, if you were so popular, why are you still paying rent?
Yeah.
And why? Like,
I
just
know.
funny.
I know. So she's this big time city girl doing her dancing thing, comes back to small town, immediately runs into this guy, Chad, Michael Murray's character.
Oh yeah.
He's like putting up lights outside the bar, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Listen, I'm the handyman around here. Like, no one else can do this but me." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "He's so annoying." Classic. That's always how it starts. Just so annoyed at this person. Anyway, parents are saying like, "Yeah, we kind of have to sell our bar because we can't pay rent." And at the same time, she talks to the person who's pretty much like in charge of flipping it, like, "Oh, your parents can't do this, so I'm going to sell it and, you know, make this into another business." And then the main character girl is like, "Well, actually, I have an idea that instead of, you know, paying out this bar, I actually have an idea that these guys are going to dance for the audience, and people are going to pay to come see these male dancers."
Okay. So
I'm
we're
laughing
selling
because
our
the plot-
bodies.
So we're selling our bodies.
Well, we're selling other people's bodies. Yeah.
Correct. And she's
All right.
like, "Listen, I like can choreograph, I can dance. I will teach these men how to dance." And actually the reason that she got this idea was that her sister's husband, so brother-in-law, used to be a stripper.
Okay.
So she learns this from the sister, you know, in real time, that actually her brother-in-law he was a part of a dance group. And that's what she thought. But then the sister was like, actually, it was because he went around and he would dance with different people. And she was like, "Oh, so stripper." So anyways, the plot line is funny. So she learns that the brother-in-law is a stripper, and then that's where she gets the idea, oh, Chad Michael Murray's character, the handyman guy at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
can dance. Oh, and my brother-in-law, and we just need a third guy to be able to learn choreography, and then we're going to put on a show. So the whole thing is like they want to raise enough money to make sure that the bar doesn't go under.
Mm-hmm.
So she's, you know, naturally teaching them all the steps that they need to do, all the things. So the struggle comes when her old manager from the Jingle Bells in New York City, Rockettes vibe, calls her and is like, hey, the lead like is sick, do you want to come back and we'll pay you like an insane bonus, can you come back and be part of this for Christmas Eve? But mind you, she's choreographing all of these dances for the New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve bar dance. I don't even know how to describe it, but that's just kind of what it is.
Yeah. The show.
The show. So she's torn. She's like, you know what? All my life, I just wanted to be part of the Jingle Bell. So I'm going to go back to New York. Couldn't get on the plane. Realized she has feelings for Chad's character because
Of course.
they had a little
Mhm.
moment and they like danced together. And
They
he's
stripped
like,
together for each other.
Did she do the cake
Maybe a
line
little
and
bit.
he took his shirt off?
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
That's funny.
And so in this, we learned that he used to be married, but they divorced because she was a city girl and she just wanted to live the city life. So naturally, he
Ugh.
just had, a little bit of a complication.
He's having
With-
PTSD.
He's having PTSD. So towards the end, he's like, oh, city girls always choose, their career, whatever. And she's like, I'm just not like the regular girls. I didn't hop on the plane and I want to see what this is. And then they kiss and it's like this magical moment. And then her parents can keep the bar because they raised enough money from these kind of male strippers. And let me tell you, the cheese, like some of the comments, I wish that I wrote down all of the like little things that Chad's like character says, because when I tell you the camera zoomed in on his body and he took off his shirt, I was like, this is amazing. And also at the same time, I cannot see you in this character light because I
Yeah.
know you personally.
Because I know you.
you are not him, whatever his name is
Oh.
in this movie. Like, you are from One Tree Hill. You are from another Cinderella story.
Not another.
True Love.
Gilmore Girls.
Sorry,
A
sorry,
Cinderella
sorry,
story.
sorry. So it just doesn't. He didn't do it because I felt as though he aged, and that's a personal problem. It's not on him. And then it ends with her deciding that she was gonna stay and be part of the Christmas Eve thing. And then her parents didn't have to sell the bar.
And she's going to continue choreographing for years to come.
For years and years to come. And I'm sure I left out a ton, but all in all, it was cute. I will say, when I Googled it at first, I'm going to pull up my notes because it had a 2.4 rating on Google. And I said, that's not good.
Oh my gosh, this other one says half a star.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
well,
Yeah, half a star.
Chad, you've
Here's the
fallen.
thing. It wasn't good, but I'm going to read you one of these reviews, okay? Because it's just funny. Let me start by saying I love a cheesy Christmas movie, but grab your
But-
potatoes. This turkey is about to get roasted, which what? This movie starts with our lead protagonist and her wig, which will almost certainly distract you through the whole movie. So I think she's talking about
Her
Chad's
wig.
character, I
I'm,
guess.
I'm assuming the wig.
Well, also, yeah. It just, I think there was just so much cheese, which these two characters have potential to have amazing chemistry and amazing movie. So I would say in the realm of Christmas, if we're going 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 5.2. It's kind of right in the middle.
Okay.
You think it's better than A Scottish Christmas with Scottish accents in Scotland?
What did you give it, Mary?
I gave mine like a 4.
Oh.
We're different though. It's okay.
I don't know. The thing is, it's hard. It's hard.
I'm also looking up reviews. This one is saying
Uh-oh.
people are slamming this movie, but as a romantic comedy, it is only missing 2 elements. Romantic comedy, romance and comedy. You know?
That's funny.
0.5 out of
I
5
mean-
stars.
That's the thing. Do you ever feel
0.5
like you're
out of 5
watching a
stars.
movie and they're like, "Oh, I just love everything about you," and you're like, "What did you even talk about? How do you know that you?"
Yeah.
That's kind of what I felt at the end, and they were like, "I choose you," and
How
I
are
just
you in love
know-
with each other when you've known
Yeah.
each other for a minute?
Correct. And also, us as the audience, we have not seen any conversation except for obviously what you show. So show us something so we feel an emotional connection. I would say comedy, no. I don't know if there was any moment in it where I was like, "That's funny."
I'm
It
not
was-
gonna lie, I might watch this one.
I think you should. I mean,
Watch
At the end of the day.
mine. Oh, watch mine too.
okay, let's watch
Okay,
each
fine.
other's. Fine.
Mine's funny, I promise.
I believe you.
I do believe you
No,
too.
you don't.
Well, yeah, you're right.
You didn't look me in the eyes when you said
I
that.
believe you.
That's my movie. Do you
Wow.
have a mayor
Well, thank you.
brings down
Thank
the
you.
mood?
I do. This one's pretty short. I need both of you to do me a
I'm
favor
Mm-hmm.
and say the word toy boat for me 3 times fast.
Okay. Casey, you go
Toy
first.
boat, toy boat, toy boat.
That wasn't really fast though.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Mine was faster, okay?
Kiera's was faster.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Wait.
It's like
Toy boat, toy boat,
It's-
toy boat.
It's actually impossible. Toy
Okay.
boat.
That's
toy boat,
hard.
toy boat.
Hold on, let me lock in. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Okay, wait. Let me lock in. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Okay, me too. My turn.
Okay, lock in.
Lock in.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. It's impossible.
Why is that so hard?
It's not even funny. Why are we so dumb?
Ugh. We're dumb. We're idiots.
Toy boat,
So
toy boat.
if you
Oh
are
my
driving in your
God.
car,
Toy
if you're
boat.
listening to this,
Toy boat.
go ahead
toy
and
boat.
test yourself. Try and do
Toy
this.
boat.
And actually,
crazy.
if you can do it, record yourself doing it and email it to us.
Please. It's burnforeverpod@gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Please send us an email.
Or DM us on Instagram because you can do
Oh.
voice recordings on there too.
Yes.
So
True.
We love
whatever works. We just need to hear it because I think
Toy
that's
boat,
impossible.
toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy. It's
Toy
it's
boat, toy boat, toy boat.
And the more you do it, the harder it is.
I'm gonna have Bryce do that right after this.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So annoying.
All right.
Ugh.
Well, thanks guys for tuning
That was
in.
fun.
Watch some Christmas movies this season.
Yeah.
It's worth your
Yes.
time. Kind of not really, but maybe take a nap during them.
Depends.
So,
I hope you can finish up your Christmas shopping, and I hope that you are getting everything done that you need to, and that this holiday season isn't stressful.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's cute.
listening.
we love you guys.
We love you.
See you next week, you
See you next week.
guys.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Toy boat.